Hey guys, Fisher5 here, and welcome back to another video, as you see. So, today I decided to torture myself and rate all of the events in Wild Horse Islands all the way up until the spring 2023 event. Before I start rating the events, I'm going to talk about what those events had in them and what they were like. Now, some of these events I was not there for, so unfortunately, the only way I can experience them is through other people's videos. I could not really find any videos on the Valentine's Day event 2022, so unfortunately, I'll have to skip that one. Okay, first up is the St. Patrick's Day event. I could only really find one video on that event, and that was by Cooley Reviews. Though I did play during this event, that was only for around 10 minutes, and it was the first time I had ever played the game. One of my biggest regrets is not giving the game a good enough chance back then. Very much regret it. The accessories and hair dye during this event were honestly pretty cool. The race honestly looked pretty fun, and I wish I was able to experience it. Other than those two things, the event didn't seem very eventful. Like I said, I didn't really get to experience this event, so I don't actually know what it was like since I was not there. This is just what I can tell from the videos that I have seen. Next is the Easter event 2022. The accessories were nice and I genuinely liked them, especially the hair dyes once again. Those are very pretty. The race was nice too, but I personally didn't like it as much as the St. Patrick's Day race because it doesn't include a huge rainbow bridge that goes all through mainland. I don't think he did anything, but there was also this cute bunny that was there that was named Cotton. This event did not seem like a bad event, but like the St. Patrick's Day event, it did not have a whole lot of content. Alright, next is the summer event 2022. The summer event, I believe, changed expectations for events in Wild Horse Islands because this one had a lot more stuff to do in it than the last three. A lot of people, including myself, really liked the accessories. From the sun hat, to the sunglasses, to the kites. These were all pretty cute and could make some nice looking outfits for your horses. The dyes are beautiful as always, and I really wish I had them right now. During this event, mainland's beaches were decorated with things like structures and even a mini dance party. I think that whenever this event was added, so was the emote dance for your horses. There was a new resource called Coral. You could either trade that in to Sunny the Surfer, the event's NPC, or you could use them to craft things like a coral blue saddle pad, or a coral orange saddle pad, or a coral green saddle pad, or really anything you can change the color of. There was also another resource called Watermelon, which you could either feed to your horse, or you could use to make the tack colors Watermelon Green or Watermelon Pink. Like I said earlier, there was an NPC during this event. His name was Sunny. You'd have to do quests for him, and in those quests you would need to get coral. Every time you finished one of his quests, he would give you a summer limited accessory. In my opinion, the race for this event was not quite as cool as the other two were, but I'm sure it was still fun, and all of the extra stuff in this event kind of makes up for the race. I don't remember how or when, but I guess I did play during this event. However, the only thing I did was do one race, and then not play the game again for a few months. Okay, time for the autumn event. This was the first event that I actually did play the whole entire time it was going on. The accessories in this event were honestly great, and they did make me feel like they were actually accessories that are supposed to resemble autumn. Not saying that the other events didn't do that, but I am saying that this one did it quite well. The NPC for this event was called Henry Jr. He would ask you to bring acorns to him, which was pretty much the same thing as what Sunny did with the coral, except if you brought 1,000 acorns to Henry Jr., you would in return get a pumpkin percheron. This was the first event to do something like that. This was also the first event to have a carriage in it. The race was okay, but again, I kind of felt like it was lacking something. Okay, the Halloween event. The accessories in this event really did fit the Halloween theme. I can't find any flaws in any of them, but then again, I'm a sucker for Halloween stuff. I think the Halloween event was also the first event to have its own island, which I think is pretty cool. The island also looked really nice as well, but again, I can't find any flaws in it because I really like Halloween. You could also catch ghost horses on this island, but they were pretty rare to find, especially if you were in a public server. If the race were on mainland, I would feel the same way as I did with the last two event races. However, since this race is on an island made specifically for this event, to me it looks a lot better than the last two event races. Okay, time for the winter event. Oh boy. The accessories were fine, not a lot to say about them. They fit the event's theme, that's all that was important. The Robux fade dye for this event was more unique than you'd think because it actually included stars inside of it. It was very pretty and a lot of people liked it. In fact, they still do like it. The winter event did the same thing as the autumn event. You had to turn in 250 golden snowflakes to the event's NPC for a snowflake Clydesdale. You had to do jobs on the island that the event took place on, Winter Resort Island, to get these golden snowflakes. At first, the easiest way to get these golden snowflakes was by ice fishing. All you would have to do is turn in 5 frozen fish to Toby. Every time you did that, you would get 1 golden snowflake. And I think if you turned in a total of 170 frozen fish to Toby, he would give you a special accessory called frozen antlers. However, the very next day of the event, all of that was raised. What I mean by that was you had to turn in 10 frozen fish to get 1 golden snowflake, and you had to do 270 maybe to get the frozen antlers, which obviously got some of the players a little upset since that only made it harder for them to get the snowflake Clydesdale. Honestly, all the other jobs around the map were pretty much equally, if not harder, to get golden snowflakes with. The races were cool and honestly kind of fun. I don't have a lot left to say about them. Okay, the holiday event. The accessories fit the theme pretty well. The dyes were fine, but they're not my favorite out of all the events. On Blizzard, Mainland, and Roleplay Island, you could get these things called holiday spirits. What you would use the holiday spirits for is this thing. Because I don't really want to explain it right now, I'm just gonna make this short. This thing pretty much gave you accessories from the holiday event. With the holiday event came 2 new types of horses, reindeers, and the fawn horses would be on any breed and could be caught or bought. Reindeers are exactly what you think, reindeers. I have no footage of the race, so I'm just not going to include it. Valentine's Day event 2023. The accessories were cute, not my favorite, but then again, nothing can compare to the Halloween and autumn accessories. I was not, however, a very big fan of the fade dyes. I just don't like the colors. Same thing as the last few events, you had to trade in some velvet hearts to Cupid to get some accessories. If you traded in a certain amount, you would also get the loved apple Frisian. I liked the races, and I'm pretty sure one of them even did something similar to what the St. Patrick's Day event race did. The spring event. This event probably had my least favorite accessories out of all of the events, but I still like them. I just don't like them as much as the others. I really like the dyes though. For this event, you would need to grab butterflies flying around on every island in the game. And you would have to go to a greenhouse. In that greenhouse was somebody named Luna. If you turned in 1,500 butterflies to Luna, you would get the Monarch Percheron. The race was okay, better than some of the other ones, but still, again, not one of my favorites. Okay, if you watched that entire part of the video without skipping anything, then props to you, because I know that I would not be able to do that. Now it's time to get onto the real part of the video. actually ranking the events like I said I would. So last place is going to be the winter event. I found this event to be more of a burden than it actually was fun. None of the jobs were very fun to me, so I ended up getting a very small amount of golden snowflakes, and I was not able to redeem my snowflake Clydesdale. And I really just did not like this event. 8th place is the holiday event. I don't have a huge problem with this one other than the fact that the holiday spirit machine was a little bit confusing to me, but it did definitely feel like it was just a small little tiny add-on to the winter event. And I know the Halloween event was sort of similar, but it was still bigger. And it also felt like its own event. 7th place goes to the spring event. This event was pretty boring for me, and honestly the most memorable part of it were the horse coats, which I will admit looked pretty nice. I also did not like the accessories very much. 6th place goes to the St. Patrick's Day event. Since it had so little to do, that's why I'm putting it so low on the list. 5th place goes to the Easter event. It's 5th place for the same reason as the St. Patrick's Day event is, but I like this Easter event slightly more. 4th place is the autumn event. In my opinion, it was a good event, and I don't really have a reason to dislike it. I just think some of the other events were better. Okay, and now for the top 3. Place goes to the Valentine's Day event 2023. It was genuinely fun to me, and I found myself enjoying it, which is what I think events and games should be about. 2nd place is the Halloween event. There's a lot to do in it, and it was a lot of fun to me. I find myself oftentimes missing it, and I'm excited for when it comes back this year. As you can already tell, probably, 1st place goes to the summer event 2022. Like I said, I did not play during it, but from the videos I saw, I really wish I was there because it looked like it was so much fun, and I feel like it would have been one of my favorite events had I been there. So yeah, that's what I think of every Wild Horse Islands event all the way up to the spring 2023 event. What do you guys agree with me on, and what do you guys disagree with me on? I'd like to know. Tell me in the comment section down below. So I'd just like to say this. Even though we may not always like the events in Wild Horse Islands, the developers still work really hard making them for us. They don't have to do it, but they do, just for us. So we should really be appreciative of that. I don't truly hate any of these events. On all of them, at least one part I like a lot. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, then please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel or YouTube itself, then subscribe. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.